Thanks for staying with us. Moving on to another pressing issue in Nigeria. Now, the president of the Academic Staff Union of the Universities, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, he will be shedding more light on this prolonged ASUU strike, the state of the state-owned higher institutions in Nigeria, the 2 weeks ultimatum the president gave us, and other issues surrounding ASUU. Good morning, sir. Welcome, Prof, to the show.
Oh, hi.
Sir, are you there? Professor? Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
No.
Hello, but if you can increase the volume a bit.
Okay, all right. So, my first question to you is to give us an update on where we are as of today, because we are hearing about the combined strike we're from NLC, yes, and all the other groups coming together electricity workers also coming to the solidarity strike. Before we even start the strike, where are we today on the negotiations with the federal government on the issue of the UTAS, issue of payment, and arrears?
Thank you very much. No, this started quite some time ago. And we have finished all the negotiation, okay, on our 2009 agreement. The UTAS, the 3 solutions have also been tested, and we are waiting for their result. That is where we are basically. And we finished the negotiation on the 16th of June, which was 1 month ago. Okay. Until now, they've not reached us on whether they agree or if there are issues we need to sort out. They've not reached out to us. More than a month, about 6 weeks now. More than no report from them.
So that's for UTAS?
Test of UTAS, we finished testing 2 weeks ago or so. Okay. Until now, we have not had their final report. Okay. So that is where we are basically as at now. And based on that, and other intercession by the Nigerian Labour Congress as far back as May, and nothing happened, they have decided to join us on a solidarity.
Okay, let me be sure I understand you, Prof. So there are various levels. The first layer is the UTAS versus IPPIS. That one, according to you, is being tested. You're waiting the last 2 weeks for them to get back to you. There's the issue of payment of arrears.
They finished testing.
They finished testing. So we're waiting for their response to you. No problem. The second layer is payment of the arrears and the money being owed to the universities. Where are we on that? Have they made payment?
No. They have not even agreed. They have not even agreed on what to pay and how they are going to pay it. So, on that also, we have given the opportunity that, look, spread it over a time. And you find out they have not done anything. On the issue of our own academic allowances, that they are in backlog, similarly, they have not paid anything. They are, based on our MOA or 2020, they are owing us 2 tranches. They would have paid the second tranche in February this year, and we are in July. They've not even paid the one of August last year or the one of February this year. So these are the issues. Since we started this strike, they have done exactly nothing on all the issues for which we gave the notice initially and started the strike. So nothing. After almost, we are going to wait more than 5 months.
All right.
So, sir, obviously, everyone on this set, all of us have been clamoring for ASUU, that ASUU should be answered and the situation dealt with in such a way that we get the children, our students, back learning. And some people have shared the opinion that are our lecturers and ASUU being selfish in their quest for answer to the detriment of the students who are left at home. What would your answer be to those who share that sentiment?
My answer to that question is that those who share that confidence, who share that view, don't like Nigeria as a country. Anybody who shares that view does not like Nigeria. Let me ask one question. Maybe it will help us. In the 60s, 70s, those who were around, when you enter a typical Nigerian universities, you see son of governors, son of ministers, son of presidents, son of military general. you see foreign lecturers, foreign students in that university. Do you still have them? If you don't have them, why? That is why we are struggling. We're not struggling for our personal interest. They are holding me and my member's salary for 5 months. People are looking for what to save their children. We are the one being punished. But we are fighting for the future of Nigeria. To bring Nigeria to university to the world standard, where foreign lecturers can come to Nigeria and foreign students can come to Nigeria, and we don't pay so much of our hard-earned money to other university tuition fees. I will give you an example. If you check February report of last year, it showed that Nigeria spent 1.6 trillion naira as tuition fees in other university. We are spending 200 billion naira or more as tuition fees in Ghana. We were the one telling you say Ghana must go. Today, Ghana are telling you that Nigeria must go. That is the problem where we are. So anybody telling you that we are at home, we are punishing students, does not like this Nigeria. And when you check, the children are not in their public universities.
All right.
The issue of Nigerian schooling abroad is more of a people's lifestyle or way of doing things than a government's decision. Don't you agree? Because if you say Nigerians are paying this amount of money, is it government alone who are paying it, or Nigerians, including lecturers that are part of ASUU, whose children are schooling abroad? Most of you, members of ASUU, get your PhDs abroad as well. Did you get my question, sir?
I'm hearing you.
Say it again, sir.
Sir, the issue of Nigerian schooling abroad is more of a lifestyle thing, more of a way of life of the people, and not necessarily government's decision. Government did not ask anybody to start moving abroad. The drive to school abroad has been since in the 60s, not even in the 70s. And members of ASUU, lecturers that are members of your association as well, school abroad. Most of you do your masters and PhDs in schools abroad. So the drive to get an abroad exposure is a way of life thing for Nigerians, not necessarily government. Don't you agree?
That also shows that you don't have idea of what is going on.
Yeah,
it has shown that you don't have idea of what is going on in this country.
Okay, sir.
You don't. If you know, you will not be saying what you are saying.
Please explain.
Which Nigerian man can send the children to school abroad in this country, where school fees is between 4 and 5 million, where minimum wage is 300,000, 30,000 a month? Which lecturer can send a child abroad for anything whose salary is 400,000 naira a month? So those are the issues. You see, many of us are so shallow-minded that we really don't understand what's happening in this country. Like I said, go around Nigerian university, if it is optional, whether you see any governor child school in Nigerian university, go around this country, whether you see a minister's son schooling in Nigerian universities. So that is the problem. Maybe a TVC is paying you so well you can send your children abroad.
All right.
But it's not so in other people. So
all right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue this conversation. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest, Professor Osodeke. Sir, are you still there?
I'm here.
Hello, sir. The president of ASUU. Okay.
I'm here.
Yes, Miriam has a question for you.
Yes, sir. For me, I think, and a lot of Nigerian parents, we just want to know today from you, sir, what 1, 2, 3 things do you want the government to do today that will have our children back in school? And what 1, 2, 3 things are you willing to let go or hold off for a bit so that our children can go back to school, sir?
Like I said, the issue is not before us. It's before the government. We have finished meeting with them, and both sides agreed. That committee representing government met with us, and we have agreed on what government should do, waiting for them to come back to us and say, we accepted, or we don't accept, let's change A, B, C, D. That is where we are. We have finished on our own side. The Nigerian committee have negotiated with us. We have all agreed, and we do ask them, do you represent government? They say yes. So
okay,
we're done with that.
Let us, sir,
of Utah,
Professor, let us break it down, because I want Nigerians to really understand what we're talking about. Let's start, number one, UTAS. So you have said, and we've heard. So she's saying that today, if UTAS gets approved today, where what has been reviewed as agreed by federal government today, would you resume? Would our children go back to school? That's the first question. Prof.
If what we agree with government on renegotiation, or what we agree with government on UTAS, if what we agree with government on issue of revitalization fund, on issue of EAA, in our 2020 memorandum of action, if they are approved, we go back to work immediately. Our other issue is not take more than 1 or 2 weeks, but they are allowed to legal for 6 months. So these issues are completed before the government, not before ASUU.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Yes, let me just ask a follow-up question. So, as I said, I asked what the government can do, the first 2 or 3 specific things. So concerning UTAS, if government says we cannot go with UTAS as of now, what are you willing to compromise as regards UTAS specifically?
Our country, we are where we are today. We are where we are as a country today with all the states of our education, security, everything, because we like to compromise. That's our problem. We like to compromise. Why can't you use a program known as IPs? You went outside the country and collected. Somebody dashed you and said you should pay extra amount, $1 every month on behalf of all your lecturers, all your workers in Nigeria, and you pay $1 every month. The country who said they don't have money. And this program has shown that it is completely filled with corruption, as you have seen with government agency, EFCC, and thank God that the man who was in charge of these IPs that we are praising, we don't want to let go, is now being arraigned before a court for embezzling money, and we are still dealing with that. A foreign program that we pay so much for. Meanwhile, your academics have developed for you and UTAS a homegrown program. You don't need to pay 1 kobo, and better than whatever you are called IPs that have been ridiculed by the Auditor General account of 2019. Tell the government to release that report of Auditor General of 2019 and show you the degree of corruption and inconsistency in IPs, and we're insisting. You see, like I said, Nigeria as a country, we are where we are today because we like to compromise. ASUU as a union of intellectuals will not compromise.
Okay, so I get that now. That is very clear.
Yes.
That's crystal clear on the UTAS.
Now,
on the revitalization fund, how much are you asking for? How much has been paid? And how much would you get today that will make you call off the strike?
Let me explain to you the meaning of revitalization fund. It's like Nigerians don't understand the meaning of revitalization fund. In 2013, the government sent up a team to go around all Nigerian universities. And they came out with a damning report, known as the need assessment report. And that committee recommended that government should put in 1.3 trillion naira into Nigerian university to bring them all to date with the world.
Okay.
Go and check the ranking of Nigeria of university in the world. Where are we ranked? That go and do that. So we met with them and said they cannot afford it in one fell sweep. We said, okay, let's spread it over 6 years. 200 billion naira per year over 6 years from 2013 till today, 9 years ago. All they have released, this government have released, is just 50 billion. So that is the problem. If we have done that, you'll be seeing foreigners calling here, foreign students coming to this university, like we are going to Ghana, are also paying out in hard currency. But the government will tell you, we don't have money.
But they have
But when we are on strike in the past 5 months, government have approved more than 200 billion naira to feed school children. I don't know where they are. Those children are. I don't know where they are being fed. I live in a community and nobody is being fed in my community. But in this crisis, release 200 billion. They say they don't have money. Within this period, government have also announced that they are releasing 400 billion for poverty. What is the meaning of that? So when you rank things, when you rank Nigeria and 4 trillion for fuel subsidy, so if you rank priority in a normal country, what comes first? Education or feeding of children? Do the infrastructure in university or say you are giving food to children and you don't see those children?
Thank you.
That's our crisis.
Thank you, Prof.
So what we are saying,
thank you for breaking
that government should put 200 billion every year into Nigeria over 6 years and revamp our university.
Right.
I was in a university where they are using stove as a busing burner.
Yeah.
So what do you want to produce from that?
Thank you. Okay.
So thank you so much for addressing the issues in a way that every Nigerian that is watching can understand the pain point. And I would like to ask this question, because I know that our lecturers you are super smart people. Now, our economy is in crisis. Many Nigerians are unaware of how bad they are, but you are. My question to you is, the government has said they don't have money, but you have economists. Have you gone through the current financial challenges we're facing? Have you been able to see where you believe the funds can be pulled out of and then placed in education? And have you rationalized how it would add value if they do this, make this sacrifice for the education sector? Can you share that with us, sir?
I will share that with you. But let's start from the beginning. In those countries that are doing well today, number one, when the country have problem, they go to their university, look for the intellectual to resolve those problems, to give their solution. But in Nigeria, when they have problems, they run abroad. Government are going abroad to look for a fountain. World Bank tell you what to do. Is that how other countries that are developed, like Malaysia, just name them, is that how they develop? They use their intellectuals. But we are battling our university, we are battling our intellectuals with all their research finding, and you are running abroad to even go and look at how to pay salary of your staff, you run abroad. So that is the origin of where we are today. Two, we are paying 4 trillion naira for fuel subsidy. Do we need to pay 1 copper for fuel subsidy? I can assure you, if you challenge Nigerian university today to develop 100 medium refineries for this country, they will develop that 100 for you within 4 years when you fund it. But today, we are in a country that we have all the crude, you send abroad, they refine it, and you go and buy from them. And so we are the one destroying our system. Look at the pay for the political office holders. One man going home with 30 million naira a month. Another one is going with 30,000 naira a month. So that is our problem. Two, everybody want to get money from one federal, what do you call it, FAC. You're not thinking of how to generate money. Our farms that were there in those days, but we have been destroyed. All our companies, Nigerian Railway, Nigerian Airways, all of them destroyed. Let me give you an example. If the colonialists were able to build a railway line from Port Harcourt to Maiduguri, in those days, in the 50s, 60s, build a railway line from Lagos to Sokoto, why have we called that after more than 60 years of independence, we cannot build one railway line? So that is it. We don't look at ourselves. We believe that all you want to do, you run abroad. So the best way to rebank our university, our system, our economic system, is to leave this foreign thing and look at our intellectuals within. We have some of the best economists in the world. We have some of the best doctors in the world. We have some of the, go around the world, you will see them. Some of these technologists, engineers, where are they in the world? But we create an environment where they cannot survive and they run away. Today, go to any university in the country, go to any country, you see Nigerian lecturers teaching in those universities and doing research. But in our own, they cannot stay here and do work because our laboratories are rotting. No laboratory.
Right.
So
let me get one question. Let me get one question for you.
Who will come and look at our own intellectual here and let them develop the country for us, not looking for foreign aid.
Yeah. Nima, go ahead.
Okay, so on the government side, the argument is that they have created certain funds, like TED funds and all of that, to help meet infrastructure within universities. How true is that? Then, number two, the 1 trillion naira ASUU is proposing, based on current value of the naira, is it still viable for this that you're asking for?
I don't hear what is. I don't hear.
So she's asking about TED fund.
I'm not hearing her.
TED fund is supposed to be the one to help disburse funds to the universities for these infrastructures. How is that going? What's TED fund doing? That's on one. And secondly, what's the second question?
The revitalization, yes. The devaluation of the naira compared to what ASUU is asking. Is the 1 trillion naira still viable?
Good. Let me start with TED fund. How did TED fund originate? That is the question we should ask ourselves. TED fund originated in 1992 when ASUU also went on this type of strike.
Yes.
Our government said we cannot fund it. And we said, let us go and tell you, we will tell you how to fund it. I will say collect 2% of the profit made by every company and use to fund education. That was how TED Fund originated today. When you go around, it's ASUU's product. When you go around Nigerian university today, 90% of all the projects you are going to see are that TED Fund need assessment, the first tranche of need assessment. So what am I saying? Our intellectual came out with this recommendation that government fought against, like they are doing now also. When you look at our new agreement we are talking about, we also suggested how government can also raise money like TED Fund. But they will not look at it. That is one. Two, TED Fund also, the way it is today, when we have the idea of TED Fund, we didn't believe that it's going to be the bureaucratic system that you have today. That wasn't the idea. The idea was that TED Fund was like a foundation. Every year, the board will meet, and all the money generated will be distributed to the universities, polytechnic, and college education. That was the idea. This bureaucracy today will not be there. Today, more than 40% of TED Fund money is spent on bureaucracy, traveling abroad. This one, need assessment, special intervention, what have you. That also destroyed this TED Fund that we have. So if government also to go back to the first idea, the initial idea of TED Fund, that should not be a bureaucratic setup. It should be there. You must say, hey, this is your money, this is your money, this is your money, and all this bureaucracy you have, go and check at TED Fund. So they also brought it down. What we've spent so much time, help my salary, help my children's life, and we got it. Now it has become a bureaucratic thing. It has become political. Thank you so much, sir. I think those are the problem we have.
Right. Thank you so much. I
think you raised about what's the second one?
The 1 trillion naira. That what you're asking for right now is it enough? Really? Would it be enough?
What we are saying, you must start from a place.
Right.
I can assure you, government, go and look at the first tranche that was released by Jonathan, who they also take from a TED Fund. They have, when you go to university, you will not see big projects on need assessment. If you have released this over the past 6 years, we will not be where we are today. It's still not late. We can still do that. And we will still upgrade our system to at least a place our colleagues in African countries will attend. But when you just sit down and we say, as to compromise.
So I have to wrap up with you, sir. But this issue of strike, I was going to say, yeah, go ahead.
Yes. So I have 2 questions, but let me start with the strike. So the way you have explained to us exactly what is going on, we understand. In fact, the way you have explained it, even parents should be on strike with you. But Labour is joining you on strike. And one of the things you mentioned, you said there's the 4 trillion being put aside for subsidy. I know Labour has stood against government deciding to take off that money for subsidy. So do you sit with Labour and let them understand how everything is connected and interconnected?
Thank you, Mara. Let me add to that, because I have a personal issue with Labour on that issue, because they constantly have this the resentment of government each time government tries to remove subsidy. But you are now telling us that 4 trillion naira could easily be diverted to the universities. So now that they are coming to you to ride on the back of ASUU for a strike, are they conflicting? Is there a conflicting interest in this, do you think?
Let me explain to you. For those of us in ASUU, for those of us in academics, we don't believe there's fuel subsidy. Okay. We don't believe there's fuel subsidy. If Nigeria have 4 refineries that can produce more than enough fuel for us to take and give to our neighbors, why are they not working? Deliberate. How come since 1999 that this civilian regime came on board, they've not built 1 refinery? How come they have not built 1 refinery in 24 years?
By using the money that was
subsidy. Should any country that produce crude at this age be importing fuel? The answer is no. So we don't believe that there is self-subsidy. It's just what we have about this so-called fuel subsidy that people are benefiting and they are enjoying it. I don't see any country with 4 refineries. And you want to spend 4 trillion to subsidize fuel. When you put 2 trillion in those refineries and you are serious about it, they will work.
But let me, Professor, please. Fuel. I want to be sure I understand.
No, let me finish.
Okay,
let me finish, please. There's something wrong. NLC is not a different body. ASUU is an affiliate of NLC. Therefore, they are within what they are doing. They are not doing anything different. They are part of NLC. We are part of NLC. We pay our dues to NLC. So it's not as if you are coming to join ASUU or DASUU. It's the same thing. For the first time, and I thank God it's happening, the children of every member you see NLC, Nigerian laborers, Nigerian workers, 99% have their children in Nigerian universities. So they should protect their children being at home. So the government saying that what have you, airport people, because that's how they fly.
Sir.
All of us should enjoy what those children who are at home are enjoying.
Yeah.
So,
all of us should enjoy what those children who are at home are enjoying. All of us should enjoy that thing that lecturers who are not be paid for 5 months are enjoying.
Okay.
So that's what it should be. And I thank the present leadership of NSC that they should take Nigerian struggle as we did during the military.
All right.
When we tell the athletes to go, we should also take the struggle with
one more question in for you. Go ahead.
Who don't believe that Nigeria belongs to them.
In the midst of all of government has to deal with in your demands, they also have to deal with where they will raise the money for the salary increase that ASUU is asking. Can you hear me, sir?
You see? Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay.
Just wait. Earlier this year, the government increased DTA, duty toll allowance. They are the ones who travel all over the world. They increased DTA by 100%. With nobody's struggle, no strike, they increase what they collect, which is DTA, traveling to London, traveling all over, any night you travel, they double it, they increase it, and left the salary of 30,000 for ordinary workers. So how did they get money to pay funding for those DTAs?
These are the issues.
So that is the question you should ask them. It's interest. It's interest. So that is it. That solves your problem. That answers your problem. If they have money to increase the one they, you know, they are all over the place traveling, they can double it. 100% increase.
Sir, there's something you took us through that I want you to clarify before we run out. Sir, Prof, there's something I'm still not clear. When you say we're not paying subsidy, maybe for a layman, they're saying crude, how much is it for crude? Maybe between $50 and $60. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, $60 per barrel. But what we are paying Nigeria is not reflective of what is being, crude is, the cost of crude globally.
Yes.
And that's why Nigeria is, we are paying a certain amount, and so they are benchmarking, and they're giving us a certain amount to pay. So Nigerians believe that if we're going to pay the real figure, we can't afford it. That's why they're paying the subsidy. Are you telling us that there's no subsidy, meaning that we are actually paying the real price? We're paying the real price. I'm really confused when you say there's no subsidy.
Listen to my argument. Listen to my argument. My argument is as a country. My argument is as a country. We should not be talking about fuel subsidy. If we are refining oil in Nigeria, why are you talking about dollar? Do we refine oil in dollar in Nigeria? If you have 4 refineries and none is working for the past 23 years, and you are telling somebody you are paying for subsidy, what does that tell you? That is the question we should ask ourselves. You have 4 refineries as at 1999, 4. They were working. We're not talking of first subsidy. And then you came out 2023. The civilian regime has not built 1 refinery. Not 1 is working. And every year they budget money to service those refineries. And then the person who also managed the refinery will tell me that we are paying subsidy. You are doing it for a purpose.
Okay, so is tomorrow's strike still ongoing? Because we have to wrap up now.
Definitely.
Sorry, protest. Tomorrow's protest.
Tomorrow because you belong to the trade union also.
So tomorrow,
I will look forward to see you tomorrow.
Today protest.
I don't want to see your TV tomorrow. You're going to join us tomorrow.
Professor, thank you very much.
No, I want to see you at this thing.
Okay, we'll see. We are with you, spirit and soul. Thank you very much, Prof. I think
thank you.
I think today's interview was a bit enlightening for us because we hear these issues of revitalization, UTAS, but sometimes it's not broken down for us to understand what's the issue with UTAS. So from my understanding, UTAS is a homegrown solution.
Yes.
The academics are insisting that we use, not the IPIS, which has been paid from abroad, that is brought in, and according to their own, but it costs a lot of money, and they're also saying that it has its own issues of corruption. But they're saying use the homegrown one. That's one. Secondly, they're saying that they need money to revitalize. Yeah. And since 2013 to date, only less about 50 billion has been paid so far. They're asking for 200 million a year because we need to increase the standard. And I've said it over and over here. My husband was born and raised in
Ife
quarters. And the stories he had of what Ife looked like to what he has today, it's two different things. It's different. So those universities do need to be revitalized, and they need the funding. And I think it just goes to what is our government prioritizing?
Exactly.
Yes. Is education priority or is not priority? That's what I've heard from this. And I think that's what ASUU is fighting for. Well, we hope at some point be able to resolve this issue. But I think I have better clarity. We have to wrap up.
We have to wrap up, okay.
That's all we can take on the show today. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.